Thursday, Scots will choose either the Union Jack or to go it alone. It's the vote for or against independence that all of Europe and now here in the United States is watching with great concern over the economic impact of Scotland seceding from the UK. The latest polls have supporters remaining with the UK, leading by 4 percentage points, but it keeps shifting. Michael Traboulsi is a freelance reporter covering the vote, joins us now from London. You know, Michael, we haven't really talked all that much about how the British feel about this. Since you're in London, can you give us a little bit of an overview? Do they care?
Yeah, well, good evening to you. Everybody cares. It's what everyone is talking about at the moment. All the newspapers are full of it. All the radio stations are full of it. It's the big thing that's happening. And yeah, people do care because I think the fact this is new territory. People have never been in a position like this before where they've got to decide, do they want to break with the United Kingdom? So decisions are being made with the heart, very passionately being made with the heart. And as a result of that, everyone's got something to say. They've all got something to say about it. You mentioned that poll just then. A poll in the last few moments, in fact, has been released, which puts it even closer. There's only about 1 or 2 percentage points in it. But at the moment, as it has been definitely for the last week at least, the No campaign has just got the edge.
Yeah, just got the edge. Is there a certain demographic of Scottish that want to go it alone?
Not really, no. It's based across the whole of Scotland, and that, I think, is what has maybe surprised people because usually there's, like you can imagine, there are sort of hotspots in any area which has got sort of an allegiance to one side or the other. But what we're seeing is quite unprecedented. There are people in every single corner with different views. There could be neighbours, they could be people in flats living upstairs or downstairs with completely different views. You've got those who are saying, we are part of the United Kingdom. This model has been working for 300 years. Why break something? Why risk your economy? Why risk the healthcare system? Why risk the infrastructure when it all works? The Yes campaign at the moment saying, yes, let's split up. All that they're campaigning about is based on, the unknown. People don't know what's going on. The No campaigners, they're adamant that, it's the right thing to do. It's to keep the United Kingdom together. If it's not broken, then why try and fix it?
Well, I think we've come a long way, certainly, that you get to vote now to secede from the UK, right? And so maybe the British aren't so thrilled that they allow this vote to proceed. There is a real concern over the economic impact of this in Great Britain. What are you hearing could happen if Scotland goes alone?
Well, of course, as always, it depends on who you're hearing from. A poll of Scottish entrepreneurs just a couple of days ago, 9 out of 10 of them said that a yes vote will be an absolute disaster for Scotland. They're saying, don't do it. Tick the box that says, let's absolutely stay together as part of the United Kingdom, because they're worried that should Scotland say, yeah, we're going to go it alone, that in order to actually fund that move, the entrepreneurs are going to be hit because the taxes are going to have to be boosted in order to actually try and pay for this big change. A sports retailer was on the radio this morning, one of the big UK sports retailers, saying from their studies, they've looked at a yes vote and a no vote, and actually they can't see any impact at all on prices. They don't think they'd make any difference whatsoever. But of course, jobs are going to be hit quite hard. And again, it depends on who you're listening to. But a lot of the tax offices are based just outside Glasgow in Scotland. And because of tax law states that you can't actually store private personal details outside the country which they're from. So suddenly, if Scotland was to go it alone, there'd be a foreign country, which means that all those tax offices would have to come back to England, and that alone is 8,500 jobs.
And it should also be noted that they don't get membership into NATO, and they don't get membership into the EU. And, Americans think of Scotland when we, pour ourselves a glass of Glenlivet. So it's certainly more in the news than ever. And we're seeing lots of pretty pictures, by the way, of Scotland. So maybe it'll help tourism. But the Americans are getting nervous, too, because we could be in a position of sort of bailing out countries in Europe.
Yeah, well, with Scotland, the Yes campaign are really relying on the North Sea oil when it comes to actually funding this project. They're saying that, this is the North Sea, it's Scottish oil, and therefore there is tons of it in the ground still. And from a funding point of view and a commercial point of view, there's enough there. They're going to keep it going. It will keep the country alive. The No campaigners, they're saying, actually, you've got resources which in the next few years are going to run out. And then that's right. Suddenly people are going to have to start bailing out Scotland potentially. And maybe that does fall on America.
Okay, Michael Traboulsi, an excellent analysis today. We will talk to you again. Thank you. Coming up, meet the new king of oil. It is us. You are watching Arise Exchange.